Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 24 with the Prague Metropolitans. Last season was one of our worst on record, which is both good and not so good, obviously. We're trending in the wrong direction. We missed the playoffs for the first time in our team's history, but hopefully we can make some damage this time around. So one of the interesting things about the way we had this game set up is ties. Because ties are a thing, it's hard to tell whether we were just bad or unlucky last year. We'll have to figure that out as the season progresses. So first things first, let's check on our coaches. We've got to hire 3 of them. Before we get too deep into hiring new coaches, let's see if we have good ones now that might deserve a promotion. Not really. Okay. So we're going to go into coach ratings. Let's grab Albie Jankowski. So if he wants to join the Steamroller experience. Let's get Eligio Croxy. And let's finally add a quality hitting coach. Which doesn't seem to be very possible. I'm going to go for Alfredo Gauna here, because I think his mechanics is going to be helpful. And then it's time to get into the real heat of the meat, so to speak. We have very little money. So little money, in fact. Oh, we're still barely within our budget. But as you recall from last episode, not having the money to sign draft budget cost us a couple of really good players. Which obviously makes me a bit sad. Like, if we take a look at the rookie draft, for instance, we have some compensation picks because we weren't able to sign our top 3 draft picks last time around. So we want to save some money if we can. A fair bit of money if possible. So first things first, Antonio Reinaducci. Mr. Reinaducci is a fine pitcher. He's not fantastic, but he's pretty good. There's little benefit to not re-signing him. He's a very talented player, and I think a new contract is more than acceptable. We'll save some money the other way by trading some players we've already got. Okay. I'm not going to bring back Liam Morrison. He's only ever had the one good season. And while he is rated quite highly, that makes him a better trade candidate than it makes him an excellent player. So we're going to go ahead and trade him for a top quality prospect. We have Timo here. Maybe. I don't think so. I like Kaitani a lot. Actually, I think he'd be a perfect addition to our club. Let's do it. Now, Kaitani is going to have issues because he is prone to walking people. But on the other hand, he's also just a really good pitcher. And that should hopefully make up for it. Excuse me. Dvorak. Dvorak has contributed, but he's never been given an important job. I feel obligated to keep him just because he's Czech. But we shall find a way to save some money other places. We probably need to trade an expensive player, I think, to really make a difference. I definitely want to keep Eisner. I know Eisner's second year wasn't that great, but he's still a very talented player, and I have faith that he'll return to at least a modicum of what he was able to produce in 2032. Certainly enough for one more season. I think one more season is a reasonable decision for somebody of his overall talent. Next up, Godin. This is going to be the decision. I'm going to go ahead and non-tender him. I'll try to trade him first, but I've got a feeling he's not going to get too many responses. But we can try. Yeah, people are recognizing he's not that great. I will non-tender him and save about $500,000 that way. Danaberg has, for 2 consecutive years, been a really good hitter. I can't sacrifice him without a ready replacement, and so I think keeping him for one more year is reasonable. Oh, you're a high greed jerk, aren't you? Bernard May ended up being our starting center fielder. I think he's useful. And I do think it makes sense to give him a very small raise. So I think we'll do just that. Or else I haven't actually saved that much money. Don't worry, we will save some money. Alright, my next step here is we need to figure out players that we don't want anymore. Is there a player that I could trade and save a bunch of money on? Probably not. Like, who do I even have that people would want to acquire is the question. Do I trade Danaberg to try to save some money? Or is that penny wise and pound foolish? Maybe penny wise and pound foolish. Oh, damn, Pablo Gonzalez. I wish you could play second base well. So we're not keeping Krebs. Krebs is gone. Olivier Rodriguez is not far away from Danaberg. I think I will trade Danaberg and try to get us a quality young prospect. Really? It must be a money thing. Do I? No. Or do I? The problem is, no, you know what we're going to do? We're going to cut this by $2 million. I'm going to put that into the draft budget. That should help. Oh, I didn't hit enter. That's why it's being weird. That's fine. Can I get at least 4 million? I can. Now let's try. No, I don't want to do 5 million yet. Not till I save some money. So nobody wants Danaberg. Probably because they figure if I don't keep him, I'm going to non-tender him. I didn't plan this, but I do think it's the right call. Because I have a player in Rodriguez who's almost as good and won't cost me as much money. So I think that's what has to happen. I think we have to let Danaberg walk and see what happens in free agency. You're a really interesting pitcher, Bastide. I think I'd probably rather trade you than let you play. Let's see if I can't get a decent prospect for you in return. Because you just don't fill a need. Like, a guy who never gets struck out is handy, I suppose, but it's not that helpful. Essentially, want to kick Zeman here instead. Albrecht doesn't have great stuff. I think I'd rather have Zeman. So we're going to do this. Who else is up for the Rule 5? The problem, so to speak, is Pancakes. Pancakes is such a good third baseman that there's not a ton of value in me keeping around another player who might be a good third baseman. I think trading Ahumada is a reasonable choice to try to get another intriguing prospect. I like you quite a bit, Busan. I think I'll probably make you my choice unless I see somebody a bit more interesting. You're quite a good pitcher, actually. I mean, I could go for Correa here, who's at a 70 potential, but he's also dumb as a post. That's probably not a smart move. Kiesling is decent. If I could get Kiesling and Correa, I think that would make a ton of sense. Let's see if I can get both. There you go. No, I don't care so much about the depth issue. But we are still hemorrhaging money quite badly. Is there another player to mess with? I don't think so. Not right now. So let's go ahead and advance time a bit to where promotion and relegation happens. Really? I'll pay you 20 grand. I think that's more than reasonable. A gold glove for Pancakes and Blanc and Eisner. My entire infield got a gold glove. Except for first baseman. That's really cool, actually. Pancake is a pretty great player. Not just an amazing name, but also a great player. Have they really? 25 grand. And I will be back momentarily, my friends. Alright, my friends. We are back. You want more money too? Everybody wants... Oh, you want a Major League promotion. Well, I'm not going to do that. Same thing here. Okay. That's fine. Let's advance time a bit farther. Danaberg got a platinum stick, but we're about to lose him. Holy shit. How on earth are you worth 10 wins? Wow. You are quite a player, my friend. Quite a player indeed. That's why. You're basically producing gold glove caliber defense on top of really good offense. So, damn. Pancakes did indeed win Rookie of the Year. I thought he might. So, we really need to start building more through the draft as often as we can. I think that's going to be a really big boost. None of the rest of you guys are really that interesting to me. No, Krubs would take the offer. I'm not going to bother. Yeah, so this is becoming an issue. Because London can afford a giant salary because their stadium is bigger than mine. Check that. No, their stadium is not bigger than mine. Then how the fucking hell did they are able to pay $12 million to one player? That's wild. That is truly wild. Okay. Then I guess the stadium isn't as big a deal. Well, no, it is actually a bigger deal. So I'll tell you what we're gonna do. I hate doing this, but I think we have to do it for as many of these as possible. We're gonna expand the capacity of our stadium to at least be the same size as Prague. So we're gonna go 8,800. And I'm gonna do this for okay, Kiev is fine. I'm trying to decide which others should be bigger. Copenhagen should probably be bigger. Let's give them 6,000. Yeah, the groundskeeps having 9,900 and London only having 8,000 seems pretty ridiculous. I wonder if there's a quicker way to do this. Like, I just need to fix the financials a bit. Now, you know what we're going to do? Anyone that's at under 8,000, we're going to increase to 8,000. I think that just makes the most sense. Just for the sake of being fair. And it shouldn't change things too much. It'll give all of us a little bit more money. Do 8,000. That's fine. Oops. 800 seems unfair. I'm hoping this will help a bit. And it should help all of us across the board, because we should be projected to sell more tickets now. I like how randomly it's named after T-Mobile in Russia, which is weird, but okay. And then we're going to spend time a bit, and we're going to see if that changes the equation at all. It should, because we should be projected to sell more tickets. Let's quickly run over to the but let's get up to the point where free agency happens, and then we can go from there. Yeah, I'll happily give you an extension. You're a really good coach. Speaking of coaches, let's try and grab maybe Danny Lucio here. He's at least good at development. There we go. Got some coaching offers in. That'll work. All right, we got one coach done anyway. And then Hall of Fame voting. I will vote for Doodles again. Why not? Alright, so how much money do we actually have to spend? We have a fair bit. We're certainly not going to go bankrupt anytime soon. So the question then becomes, how do we spend that money effectively? What do we want? I would like one more starting pitcher. I don't love the idea of Cannavaro actually being a starter. I think a nice inexpensive starting pitcher would actually do wonders for our club. Go for Gavin Miller. That would be funny. But no. I mean, you're not a perfect pitcher by any stretch of imagination, but why in the hell do you want so little money? I mean, I'm going to offer it to you without a second's hesitation. Oh, but that's really weird to me, but I will take it easily. Now, I did notice we also spent some cash on for extensions too, so that's something to keep in mind. Auto draft until I pick. Any interesting players? Joey Brown seems interesting. What is your deal? I don't know that you're that interesting. Ivan Schultz is certainly not a terrible idea, even if he is kind of dumb. How do any really do it for me, though? Like, if I was looking for somebody this year, I'd probably go after Joey Brown. But I've already got a lot of players that are like that, and I don't think it serves me well to have to add him to the roster, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just auto-complete. Vladimir Lushakov, eh? Alright, brilliant. So we've got a nice young pitcher who's also really talented. To stabilize the rotation. That's one big thing I did want this offseason. Love that for us. We do lack power. Oh, we also need a backup catcher. I didn't realize that, but we do need a backup catcher. Could that catcher be Sean Stewart? I mean, we can try it. That's fine. Yeah, we do lack power. A lot of you could be really powerful hitters given time, but at the moment, none of you are that powerful. So actually adding an outfielder who can hit homers would actually be really helpful right now. Just on a one-year deal, of course, but there is some value to that. I have $5 million for extensions all of a sudden. That's wild. Mendeleev is way too expensive, although he is tempting. A guy like Bruni could be handy. Ellis Harris would be an interesting acquisition. I mean, he does have the issue of being injured frequently, though, so maybe he's not a perfect choice. I mean, Krebs, ironically, would actually be a fairly decent pickup. Dwayne Watson. Okay, Watson, other than being a terrible outfielder, looks like he could be a really good hitter. And he costs very little money, so we're going to go and offer him a contract. Done. No. I won't even dignify that with a response. I guess I could also look for a better first base and to move Julia back to the outfield. Let's look at first baseman too. Yeah, let's add in Poli here. Let's give him a chance. Oh, you're absolutely not getting a long-term contract. Don't be stupid. If he'll take this deal, I will strongly consider it. I just realized I just had money freeing up space to try to get draft picks, and now it's not happening. But whatever. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. That's fine. No. That's not happening. I mean, Cato is worth it. But we're not going to be able to compete unless he's willing to take less money to sign with us. I'm going to offer him and Cortez each a contract and see if either one of them signs. So we got Kato easily. So I'm not going to worry about this other guy here. Yuri Tutski isn't that great. And I'm not going to toss a bunch of players at you for an outfielder when I've already got a pretty deep outfield situation. I mean, I guess the value of Zielinski here is he is a pretty decent backup. It's like you're asking for a lot in return. You know what? I will do this. I will take this trade. It's useful to have another catcher of some skill level. It's very helpful indeed. Yes! Oh my god, you're amazing, Frey. You are an amazing person, and I am over the moon that you decided to raise my budget. Which means we should have plenty of money to sign our draft picks, which is the one thing I really wanted to make sure we did this season. You're the best owner. I love you. Hopefully I don't disappoint you this year, but we'll see. It's gonna go up to spring training. Wow, really, Kato? You already are getting worse, and I just signed you. What a jerk. What a giant-ass fucking jerk. How much money did you get from Madrid? I'm curious. You got 400 grand. Maybe. Kiesling, Hjorth, Watson, Seaman, Gonzalez, Correa, Malherbe. And Cook. I think that'll give us a decent amount of spring training options here. So let's get it going. So wait a minute. I just spent $2 million. Oh no, you did use him. Okay, good. I was about to say I just spent a bunch of money to bring in Ailkin or Ackelkin. You better fucking let him start. That's all I gotta say. I mean, Poli losing power already isn't great. That's why I brought him in, but we'll see what happens, I suppose. Okay, Coolage, this shit has to stop. You're too important to this club to be hurt all the time. Wonder if I can get us a nice mid-tier reliever for not a lot of money. I would be pretty happy if we could. I sure can't, because Warner won't sign with us. So I guess we're just gonna have to hope that we're not too bad off in terms of bullpen this year. Maybe get up. Really, dude? Edgar Hernandez is getting better. That's good. The issue with Pablo Gonzalez is going to be the fact he can't really play second, but if he can handle first, he could be a really useful piece. Oh, damn, look at Fritz Riesker here, who all of a sudden has turned into a genuinely intriguing pitching prospect. I love it. I love it. All right, so let's get the roster down to 25. Easiest choice is going to be sending down a catcher. I think we're going to keep Zielinski for at least the first part of the season, so I'm going to go ahead and send Stewart to the minors. I'm sitting at 12 pitchers. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that at all. Especially one of them is Zeman, who's actually not good. Like, at all. I guess we have to. This isn't gonna be... We're gonna be very reliant on our relievers figuring out how to play baseball very, very quickly, I think. Position players... I'm going to send Martin down because I'd rather have Pablo Gonzalez because he's just a better hitter. And let's get Luchardi here off the 40-man roster. So I can add Gonzalez. Kiesling can go to the minors. Watson can go to the minors. Malherbe can go to the minors. Oh, I do need one more outfielder. Then it might as well be Kiesling. How am I at 30 position players? Oh my gosh. I was looking at all relievers, not all pitchers. I have way too many pitchers. Okay, good. Minors. 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 And now I'm at 25. I was about to say, that was really weird to me. And then let's find somebody else to kick off the 40 minutes so we can put Kiesling on the roster. Here we go, Franzen. You can be designated for assignment. Then Mr. Kiesling makes the roster. So making Pablo Gonzalez our DH, and I fully approve of that. I think he's a very talented hitter and can handle DH just fine. The pitching staff looks solid. Let's see how the season turns out. A 16-year-old got promoted to the majors, eh? You're undecided with my performance. Come on now. We're bros. We're best friends. You love me. Okay. Good, good. Helmut Schimpf is rapidly showing he might be ready for a catching role soon. I love it. Shetla, Mexico. I've never even heard of that. Wonder what state that's in. Pueblo, I think. Interesting. Yeah. I don't think you've got a very huge future, but stranger things have happened, I suppose. Okay, we can get Poli back, which is very interesting. Um, I'm gonna have you rehab in the minors, and then we'll decide what to do with you. Because the thing is, Pablo Gonzalez is probably a better DH than you are. So it would have to be an outfielder going down and Julia moving to the outfield. If we're going to let you play. Are any of my outfielders struggling badly? Gunther's fine. Rodriguez is fine. May is fine-ish. Kiesling's quite good. Hernandez is decent. I like Rodriguez's ability to draw walks, but he is slightly below replacement level, so let's send him to the minors. And let's activate Mr. Poli and see what happens here. Oh, so then Hernandez is the one who gets benched. Or Gonzalez, sorry. Let's actually send him to the minors and bring Rodriguez back. I think Rodriguez is more useful. Alright, let's go ahead and advance time. We're off to a pretty decent start, I've got to say. Pancakes gets even better. I love it. Colm Terrell added a pitch and all of a sudden looks a lot more interesting. It's Uerkirk. He is actually getting worse. Great. Just great. How about we do a long-term contract, Pancakes? How does that grab you? Oh dear Christ, he wants $7 million a year. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. So we're playing fairly well, at least early on here. I mean, I did not predict at all Huey Bird being one of our best hitters, but I'll absolutely take it. Pitching staff is fairly decent. We're getting some good performances from our rotation in particular. Yeah, we only have 2 zeros offensively right now. May should not be leading off. But I'm willing to not fuck with things. Poli doesn't have enough at-bats yet. I mean, I'm not going to criticize a guy for only having 5 games. I will wait before I'm making decisions about him. Blanc could be better, though. If Blanc can't provide a minimum level of offense, I don't care how good he is defensively. That's not great. Not great at all. Pancakes is so great. I love you, Pancakes. Let's get our draft on. You would give me the Dennis Bush. That's a no from me, dog. Anderson isn't that interesting either. No thanks. Alright. Now, our real benefit this draft is that we have so many... We ended up number 2 in the draft? What? Oh, thank you, Draft Lottery. Oh, that's brilliant. How good... Oh, my lord. You're quite decent, too. Oh, you're dumb. But do I care how dumb you are for already this good? I don't know. Then again, it's really hard to take a raw pitching talent like Mr. Grishak here and pass up on that. I know he's a long ways from the majors, but he's incredibly talented. I might end up taking him. Zigovic is really good too. Krinanen is also special. This is really tricky. I think I'm going to go ahead and take Grishik, though, because he's the best pitching prospect in the draft by far. And that kind of positional valuableness is something I think we need to go for. So we're going to do that. Okay, we've got Florin Nakulaiasa, who's really smart and a really talented player. I think no hesitation we add him to the club. Can you play shortstop? You're reasonably competent, and you're also a really good power hitter. So I think you would be a worthwhile addition here. Yurik Mityagin is a really good pitcher. I'm surprised he's fallen as far as he has. But he's not fallen any farther, my friends. He's going to be a Prague Metropolitan. Oh, I got back-to-back picks. Okay. Cool. Rehor Bittner isn't the worst, but he's not amazing. I think Watson here is pretty decent. Or Wilson. Whatever. Bakiros is a really good pitcher. There's a lot to like about him. So I think we just take him and we don't worry about it. Let's sort by batting potential and see if there's any diamonds in the rough here. Either big thumpers or... Whoa. Huh. Humphrey Decker is a really good fucking prospect. I'm going to take him without a moment's hesitation. That is a really talented player. Without question. Steve Claxton, not so much. Jean Reynaud, I will happily add to our roster as well. I wish you were a better defender, but I still think you're a quality player, so I will add you to my club. And then I'm just going to go and auto-draft the rest of the draft. I'm really pleased with this draft. It is a risky one, though. It's going to come down to how good can Grezhik actually be. Because if Grezhik loses his abilities quickly, we're going to be in a world of hurt. But I think he's also an incredibly talented player. And whenever you can get an elite pitching prospect, I think you have to at least try. I truly do. I know we passed up that one French guy who could have instantly improved our team right now. But he was so fucking stupid that I was worried he wouldn't work out as a player, so... Nope, Morel is stupid. Larson I can go for. Larson, you can have yourself a signing bonus to pitch for me. I mean, Claxton kept falling. I suppose there's no harm in at least giving him a shot. Lupe Kriegsman. I'm going to take a chance on you. I know you're only a 35 overall right now, but your physical gifts are actually pretty significant. And if you could put a little heat on your fastball, I think you'll more than justify a modest expense. Francois Perez is a pretty good defender. I don't know that he's an amazing hitter, but I think he's good enough, and so he can have a contract offer. Alberto Lopez sucks. Most of the rest of these guys just flat out suck. Yeah, that's good. I'm pleased with that. I don't know why you stopped things just to tell me that Paul Magahi got promoted. I guess that's cool, I suppose. We have the traditional Saeed Julia injury, as is tradition. Let's go ahead and call Martin back up. Or Martinez. No, let's call Gonzalez back up, actually. I think he's a little bit of a better fit offensively and a little more interesting. Amakapane gets a freaking no-hitter. What a guy. What a guy. Alright, let's make some contract offers. Villa, you took us from a laughingstock last year to one of the best teams in the league. I will happily issue you a shiny new contract. Done. I don't want to mess with chemistry unless the coach isn't actually that good. Malmstrom is pretty terrible, but I also can't control... Oh, no, wait. I can remember the fuck I want to. Yeah, Malmstrom's gonna walk. Jean Martini can stay. I think that's fine. Madonia can definitely stay. And then I'm going to offer all my minor league coaches an extension. Harrer is actually pretty talented. I do want to keep him around. I think that's quite reasonable. Edward Edwards is pretty good too. I think keeping him is fine. Reese Dyson needs to be a bench coach, so I'm going to keep him. But he is not going to be a hitting coach for too much longer. He's a really good coach, and I'd like him to be in a more important role. Lazar is decent. And then Hagen Knight, I suppose we can keep him for one more year. I guess that's fine. Or 2 more years or whatever. Alright, let's go on down to the All-Star break. We get Coolidge back, which is fantastic news. Who's pitching worse? Cannavaro isn't pitching. And Rincon's actually been really effective this year, so I think we know who's going down when Coolidge comes. Oh, I do need to clear off a 40-man spot, don't I? See you later, Mario Lopez. I wasn't actually planning on trading, but if I can get a decent offer, I would have traded him. Would have done without hesitation. But alas, we are not that fortunate. So it's going to designate you for assignment. And then Coolidge comes back, which is lovely news. Very lovely. Guys, Huey Bird turning into an elite catcher is an incredibly welcome development that I did not anticipate at all. That's, I think, is a huge reason why we're as good as we are this year. Is getting unexpected contributions from really good players. Gunther will be back right away. Okay, how many pros do we have? 3 starters, 4 starters, 3 relievers. Huey Bird is your starting all-star catcher. Saeed Julia got an all-star appearance. Obviously, Pancakes did. Obviously. And so did Gabriel Gunther. Amazing. Is that like 10 all-stars? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 hitters, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pitchers, excuse me. That's what we call 10 all-stars. This would seem to be a fairly good season then. We got some people here. Muldoon Campbell. Robert Muldoon. I like we just casually scored 15 runs. That's insane. Poli, I'm not going to keep you. You don't really serve a purpose. Like, you're here to hit homers, and you're not doing that. Like, you're here for literally one reason. That's it, lots of homers. You're not doing that, so to the minors with you. And Julia comes back. I'm really tempted to try to get Becker to sign a long-term deal already, but I just think it would cost too much. Absolutely not. I'm not giving up great players like that. I mean, Lotak is a really good starting pitcher. I'm not going to deny that. And he's really cheap, too. Okay, if I drop Alexander and I drop Urwerkirk, is Terrell a good player? He's fine. I'd rather give you Bagachov, actually. Like, this is a fantastic deal for so many reasons, not the least of which is he is incredibly cheap. Absolutely done. Dvorak's pitching really well, too. I'm going to send down... Who do I send down? Like, you're all having fantastic seasons. It's hard for me to insist that somebody goes to the minors. It would be better if Rincon would just start sucking, but he's pitching at an incredibly high level, so... I could trade Rinaducci. Like, let's be realistic here. This is a career year, and his value will never be higher. Plus, he's a free agent at the end of the year. So, I think trading him does make some sense. Especially if I can get a very interesting prospect or two. I like Sebastian Bauer a lot, and I like having another center fielder in the mix. But I've asked for a prospect package. Okay, Rudkoyer is a pretty decent player. It's just the rest of the package isn't that exciting. But maybe that's the best we can do. Yeah, I think this trade is actually a decent one. So we're gonna make this trade. Done. Wait, I'm giving them cash? Why the fuck would I give you money? Oh, because you can't afford him otherwise. No. Oh, I didn't even think of that. I'm gonna jump here, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna eat his entire salary. See if we can get some better prospect deals. Catalor is a really good defender, but I'm not too sure about his bat. Caspar is a really good is a really good pitcher. Robert is decent. Reynolds isn't terribly thrilling, but the rest of this is pretty decent. Lechkowski here is a pretty good player. Sonnenberg is an incredible defender. Oh. He is an incredible defender, isn't he? Yes, I will take this trade. So step one, instantly low tack is put on the main roster. And then the question becomes, who is Sonnenberg taking over for? It's got to be Blanc, right? Like, I know Sonnenberg isn't a special offensive player either, but having this good a player at shortstop is just... Well, I'll send down Demkov, actually. And Sonnenberg will take that job. I'm going to trade Edgar Hernandez if I can get a prospect for him. Especially if I can get a good one that doesn't take up a roster spot. Like Paul Pistol Cores. I like the name, and I like the picture, so let's get it done. Alright, so that's a roster spot for Mr. Lechkovsky. And then I'm going to trade Zelensky, too, for any interesting prospect of any kind. I apparently can't have one. That's fine. I could probably trade Demkov, actually. Done. Instantly. That frees up the last 40-man spot for Sonnenberg. Not interested. I don't think it is a good offer. I think Sean Stewart and Kimmo Nikkanen are much too useful to trade for such a poor return. Our old friend Carlos Crespo. I don't think there's anybody that I want, at least not on the trade block. And I don't feel obligated to get rid of anybody. Yeah, because I'm about to free up $3.2 million when I cut Poli's ass. So yeah, I'm just gonna skip the day. I don't need to make any trades at the deadline this year. Oh, excuse me. And we'll just send right to the end of August. I think it's fair to say we're a little bit better than we were last year. Just a little bit. Like, it seems pretty obvious we're going to make the playoffs this year. So it's going to come down to if we can get a quality performance out of our pitchers once the postseason starts. So what positions are people playing right now? Sonnenberg is playing second. Why? I deliberately said Eisner, and I'd even force you to play him at second. I mean, Sonnenberg is a really good defender, but so was Eisner. I was kind of hoping you'd play over Blanc, but it's fine. Wait, Eisner is now DHing randomly. That's interesting. Okay. Blanc is a better shortstop than Sonnenberg. I think I want to force Eisner to play second base, though, because he is having a phenomenal season. And I'm going to make a decide between Sonnenberg and Blanc for shortstop. Sorry, just it makes the team better if Sonnenberg is just a really good bench guy. Than to force Eisner out of the lineup when he's actually playing very effectively this season. I think Eisner's just a better fit. So let's go to the end of the regular season, shall we? No batting title for Pancakes, alas. It was close, guys. It was real close. And of course, Julia misses the playoffs because it's Saeed Julia. Being hurt is his favorite thing in the world. Let's give Poli a chance, actually. Let's let the old man get his chance at a ring. I think that's fair. Yeah, he's never won a World Series, so let's do it for Poli and then immediately get rid of him. I mean, 99 wins feels like 100 wins feels like a pretty good season, I must say. All right, let's see how the playoffs go. That's not a great start. That's even worse, because apparently we decided offense is now optional. Oh, there we go. We actually are capable of scoring runs. That's nice to know. Damn it. What has happened to Amakapana? Used to be our most clutch starting pitcher. And then the last couple seasons, you get to the playoffs and you're just. You suck. I don't get it, guys. I genuinely don't understand it. I don't know how you go from being one of the best pitchers to being not that great. I mean, okay, your game one performance is actually really good. It's not your fault that we lost that game. You only gave up 1 run in 6 innings. But, I mean, look, it comes down to the fact we didn't hit. Offensively, we're a bit disappointing. Well, we've been better if we had Saeed Julia? Probably. Instead of fucking shitty-ass Poli, but whatever. It's a real bummer, actually. I was kind of hoping we'd win the World Series this year, given how dominant we were in the regular season. Not an amazing class this year. Um, like, the very best one is clearly Kawaloa. Is that American Samoa? That's insane. But very cool. There's really not that many good players in this draft class. Or international class, rather. Let's do what we can to try to get them to like us more, though. I mean, I don't know what we could have done differently, other than just Saib Julia not getting hurt. But I can't really control that, can I? No, I cannot. All right. Yeah, easy choice. Fuck off, dude. I got a 3-year contract. That's good. Wait, Malmstrom? Oh yeah, he was a terrible hitting coach. Uh, Genuinely awful. Personnel. So I'm going to go ahead and promote Mr. Nielsen here. And let's get Sander von Olderen, and he can be our AAA hitting coach. That part is done. Secondary roster size now down to 38. Okay. That's going to be interesting. See you later, Cannavaro and Zeman. Because there you get down to 38, right? Let's break down the season and how it went. What did we do well? We hit baseballs pretty well, I think. Pancake went from Rookie of the Year to a borderline MVP candidate. I don't know if he'll get there because he's not a big homer hitter, but I hope he does. Gunter turned in a very fine season. He is nothing if not consistent. Double-digit doubles, triples, and homers. Good defense. Pretty good batting average. Fantastic. Our next rookie sensation might well be Pablo Gonzalez. He is just a really damn good hitter, even if he's not much of a fielder. But it looks like he's able to handle first base pretty well and even play second base a bit when we needed him to. Eisner rebounded basically to where he was his rookie season. And that's fantastic news. I mean, Huey Bird playing this well completely caught me by surprise. I don't know if he can do this every season, but that was real good. Bernard May is fine. Sonnenberg was good. Rodriguez did what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to get on base, and he did that fairly well. Blanc is interesting. Like, how bad offense am I willing to tolerate for great defense? Especially when Sonnenberg is also on the roster. That's a good question. I don't know the answer to it. And then Poli just sucked. Poli was not worth the risk. And we should probably never have signed him. Let's not lose sight of X-Type Julia did not have a great year either. His fragility is really becoming an issue. We may have to make a decision about him sooner rather than later. Like, he's such a good player, but he can't stay healthy. And last season, he also didn't hit. Like, I don't know what happened to him, but this is not what we expect from him. Overall, the offense was fantastic. The pitching was even better, though. What a home run free agent signing this was. He just came in and pitched incredibly well. Look, Amakapane might not be the megastar he once was, but he's still incredibly good. And I'm still happy that we have him, even if his contract is a bit much. Bonet had a nice year, his best year so far, which is exciting stuff. All of our pitchers performed very well. Lotak had a pretty good season. Yeah, I am more than happy with how this has worked out for us. I just wish we'd done better in the playoffs. I wish we'd done a bit better in the playoffs. However, that is going to conclude today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. A significant improvement. Probably not going to get to this level again, but we'll see. And let's see if next time we can maybe do some damage in the playoffs too. Until next time, this has been Guardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.